Okay, so next, we will continue to record this. The 43rd question of the CCIE 350401 core, written exam operation. This question actually focuses on our understanding of EtherChannel knowledge points. So in this question, we can only make modifications to ourselves. Configuration of switch 10. Whether it's confirming the phenomenon or making changes to our configuration can only be done on switch 10. So you cannot log into our switches 20% and 30. The requirements are very strict, right? Can only configure switch 10. Now we need to configure switch 10, such an 802.1. In other words, we need to go at least, it must be the trunk that needs to be brought up, right? So for this EtherChannel, we should choose LACP, right? We need to use the public protocol LACP, forming such a port channel, one interface continuous aggregation. And now, the channel hasn't come up, right? We need to address and fix such an issue. You need to configure EtherChannel on switch 10. Then, for requirement 2, it says we must configure our switch 10 needs to become the root bridge for our VLAN 10 and VLAN 30 to become the root bridge. So the second question is actually very simple, right? Then pre-configure again. Actually, you can't tell from the pre-configuration of this question. Actually, there are issues with the mode of EtherChannel. It is in access mode. So we definitely need to eventually form a trunk mode EtherChannel. There must be an issue with the access mode, including its physical ports. So when working on this question, in fact, we adhere to a do or die approach. Since the mode of your entire port is incorrect, why am I taking so long to configure? So I will directly remove all of your port channel 1 now. Arrive at switch 10. Since your EtherChannel issue is significant, if such a big issue needs to be fixed slowly, it will be too slow. If we want to do it, let's be a bit more aggressive. Are you going to delete all your port channel 1 directly when you come up? Then missed interface port channel 1. If we delete it, we will have an issue. It means our port. As long as the structure of our port channel 1 is deleted, all physical ports will be blocked, will all be deleted. So in order to prevent loops, right? So by doing this, after we come up, remember to do no shutdown at the appropriate time. So let's start with these 3 physical interfaces. Interface range 0 to Ethernet interface. Let's trunk it first. Switch port. Trunk encapsulation .1q mode trunk it first. After the trunk is set up in this way. Speaking of the physical interface, you need to, for example, check our interface ether 0, although we have removed such a port for it. After link aggregation, the port will be blocked, but the command line for this VLAN segmentation is still there. Using improper command lines may result in point deductions. So what do you suggest? No switch port channel access. Take such a VLAN, delete the command line that divides the VLAN of such an access interface. Any garbage command line could harm us. Issues causing point deductions, eliminate all. So now we should bring up our trunk. Finally, bind it to become channel group 1. Mode active, select the mode of LACP, then give it the command no shutdown on the port. Start. So if nothing unexpected happens, you can show the running configuration. Interface port channel 1. Check if this interface is available after it is configured. Check if our port channel interfaces are up, inheriting such a physical interface properties. Is it attribute not yet inherited? After confirming that, so go to show ether. Channel summary, check if we have aggregated this link. Is the port normal or abnormal? So all 3 interfaces are in the port channel, all in the link aggregation. If a port channel 1 interface is created, something as well. What does U stand for in use? Currently in use, that's no problem. As long as it's UPPP, no problem at all. Then, after solving the link aggregation. Next, we will address the second issue, to enable our switch 10, become our VLAN 10 and VLAN 30 root bridge. First, let's see if there is VLAN 10. VLAN 30. Keep it simple. Just like this, spanning tree. VLAN 10. Comma 30, priority 0, adjust the priority to the minimum. If the priority is set to 0, basically, it's just the root bridge. After configuration, execute Show spanning. Tree VLAN 10. So this bridge is the root. Bridge show spanning tree VLAN 30. Are we root bridge? No problem. After finishing the last task, students, remember to save the configuration all set. So students, this question has been completed. So if you want to learn more about knowledge points on Cisco certifications, welcome to contact us World of Lab. So let's move on to the next question. Goodbye.